Hail, salutations, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the G.N.A podcast, Games, Nerds, and Alcohol, where we get drunk and we talk about stuff. Well, we have a very full cast tonight. Let me go ahead and make my way around the digital room and do the introductions. We have the man, the myth, the legend, the soon-to-be baking master, yellow-eyed son of a gun, Damok. How you doing, bud?
I started drinking before we started casting, so yeah, dude, it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. And we have the wonderful, the sexy, the hip, hipster, blowing fat clouds. Ko, how you doing, Ko?
I'm doing great.
Very good, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the man, the myth, the legend. We have Vintage. How you doing, Vintage?
Not so bad.
Very good, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from somewhere upstate with that sexy flat cap. Fine, I'll use that term. Zyber blood. How you doing, Zyber?
I am doing fantastic now that you actually use flat cap and not beret, because it's not a fucking beret.
It hurt. It hurt to call it the flat cap.
I mean, isn't a flat cap just a flat beret?
It looks like a paperboy cap.
It kind of does.
It's because it is.
All right. Do I have to sew razor blades in it and come at you like a Peaky Blinder to have you call it what it actually is, a flat cap?
Hang on there, random task. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, BlueShark 45. And
how are you doing, Blue?
I'm doing pretty good. Wedding stuff, yeah, stressful as all get out.
Indeed.
And it's been one of those weeks, but I got some gaming in, so I'm doing better than I could be. But let's go into what everyone's drinking tonight. Go back to you, Zyber. What are you partaking in this evening, sir?
Well, I started off with Torg's Field Study. I liked it. I really liked it. You got the earthy notes up front, and then it finishes with almost the orange juice kind of citrus. Yeah, it's really nice. It combines Citra, Mosaic, and Eldorado hops. The Eldorado hops, I think, is that initial note in the front of the earthy kind of grass clippings. Then it finishes on that Mosaic, Citra, very citrusy, orange taste, grapefruit taste. It's not too bitter on the back end. It's actually quite sweet going down. I highly recommend it. It's nice and smooth. I just started a bottle of Doggy Style Pale Ale from Flying Dog. I like this. It's a decent go-to. I'm pretty sure Damok's had it a few times. I know he fancies the Flying Dog every now and then, but I think he mostly does, what is it, the Raging Bitch?
I do a lot of the Raging Bitch. There's a couple. Double Dog is really good as well. But damn, dude, I want some doggy style shit. The fuck?
Oh, that is very grapefruit. Right up front to the finish, grapefruit. Right
Man,
off the bat.
I love me some grapefruit. Like, shit, what is it? It's literally just Flying Dog doggy style?
Yeah. Doggy style pale ale.
Let me see it real quick. I know the user or listeners or who the fuck these people are can't see it. Oh, okay. I'm going to try some of that. What's the ABV again?
It's only a 5.5, so you'll probably drink 40 of these and be like, okay, time to hit the White Claw.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like 2 White Claws. I'm white girl wasted shit.
All right, and Vintage, what are you partaking in this evening, my good sir?
Well, I got something that's probably not crazy far from you, Zyber. Amagang Brewery from Cooperstown.
Yes, Cooperstown. Love
yes,
Amagang.
Sir. I got their limited release Belgian National Day Ale, which is a dry hopped Belgian style tripel. It's very, very delicious, very smooth. I'm gonna have to go for another taste to be able to describe it, though.
The thing I would say is, if you ever find yourself in this neck of the woods, go to Ommegang Brewery, do the brew tour. It is absolutely amazing. I really enjoy it. And then when you go to the tasting room and do your round of tastings, awesome, absolutely awesome.
I will definitely have to, because I do really like these guys, especially, I like the majority of their Game of Thrones collaborations. Those were really good. They had like 2 bourbon barrel style stouts, and those were incredible.
The ones that I really like are the Rare Voss and the Three Philosophers.
Yes, I do like those. Yeah, but it's delicious. It almost is like meaty at the opening, which is very interesting for a beer to kind of get kind of a fresh, almost sort of, I don't know, maybe the way I would describe it is fruit forward, or maybe a little bit of apple, which is very yummy. And then it just finishes with a very clean, not overwhelming malt, which I love. And I'm bummed that this is a limited release, because this is absolutely
if you're
delicious.
Getting malt notes, I would probably say that they're using their special chocolate malt to enhance it. At least that's what I'd lean on, because they use their chocolate malt in just about everything.
Yeah, it's very good. I would highly recommend it, Zyber. If you can find this, I know I still saw it at some of the more specialty places near me. They still have this in stock.
Dude, I could take the 45-minute drive to Ommegang and just pick it up right there.
Yeah, it's the Belgian National Day Ale. It's very, very good. I highly recommend it.
All right, and Co, what are you partaking in this evening, my good sir?
I'm drinking a nice, Otter Pop flavored with a hint of green apple, Monster energy drink.
Nice. How's the attack?
It's pretty smooth, a little bit of carbonation. It's pretty good.
And the finish?
Refreshing. A nice, refreshing aftertaste. I don't know.
I think the word you're looking for is energizing.
Is it very chemically? Like, do you get that?
Yeah, it's got that nice chemical tarring aftertaste that typically comes with energy drinks nowadays. I think they all have
that processed flavor form that just tastes like pure go time.
It's amazing. It's really good. I recommend everyone give it a try.
So you'd recommend drinking 2 of those, popping a Cialis, then go to Fap Town?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that
too.
Your
insides aren't going to like you.
Oh, your insides don't have to. You're working a sweat at that point.
Oh, your insides will be out by the time you finish drinking 2 or 3 cans of these. All that caffeine's gonna make you take a shit.
Is there such thing as like a self-performed Blumpkin? Like,
that's why I say just pop that Cialis. It's a race against time. If you want to be extra extreme, just pop a Ambien on top of that.
Eat some sugar-free Haribo gummy bears and some chocolate laxatives. You'd be good to go.
Slow down there, Roseanne. We're not trying to have a racist scandal on our hands.
All right, and Damok, what are you partaking in this evening?
I am not drinking a Monster and taking Cialis, because holy fuck. I am also not trying to perform a solo Blumpkin. Wow. I am just straight drinking Voodoo Ranger IPA in the tallboy cans, and I have some Elysian Space Dust in... they're not tallboy cans, they're bigger than normal cans. But
those are what, pinters?
Yeah.
Like pint 0.9 fluid ounces, something like that?
Yeah, it says somewhere on the can, but honestly, I just drink it and don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't even see where it's at. So I'm just drinking the good stuff, man. But I really think that if you're trying to give yourself a Blumpkin or you're trying to, drink Monster and take Cialis, you guys are doing this shit the wrong fucking way. It's 2 Advil PMs of beer, right? And then you do what you got to do. And if you finish, you finish and you win. If you pass out before you finish, you still win. I like to play win-win games, not lose games and have a heart attack with Monster and Cialis.
Hey, Damok, have you tried the 1985, the Voodoo Ranger 1985?
No, they don't have it around me, man. I've looked everywhere. The only Voodoo Ranger they have is their straight IPA.
Oh, damn, it's good, dude. I'll get a 6er of it and mail it to you.
Yeah, you do that and let me know, and I will eventually. I see. This is your box, dude. I got all this is clean.
Oh, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
good now, man. But this stuff, I got to figure out how to throw it in the box and give it to you. I'm working on it. I swear to God, I'm working on it, Zyber.
I know. I just like teasing you every now and then.
So, Blue, what in the fuck are you drinking? And
yeah,
I
Blue, what
swear
are
to
you
God,
drinking, man?
I
What are
saw
you
that
drinking,
cup.
Blue?
I saw that cup and I swear it says louder with chowder on it, but it's gonna be fucking coffee or some shit like that. It is louder with chowder. I fucking knew it.
No, that's Crowder. Shameless plug for him.
Louder with
I
Crowder.
guess. Yeah. So.
Oh, that changed my mind, dude.
Yeah, that dude. So
Oh, that was
I'm,
awesome.
Wait. His name's not Chowder. It's not louder with chowder.
No, it's
No,
Louder
Crowder.
with
With Crowder.
It's Crowder.
Steven Crowder.
Yeah,
Oh my
he's the
God.
changed my mind, dude. You've seen that meme. It's him sitting at a fold out table with like something on it and then it's changed my mind.
Yeah.
I have called him louder with chowder. it's like the secret stuff. Oh shit.
No, sir. It's Crowder, not Chowder. He's not New England.
Yeah, are those
Canadian,
Advil
Chowder.
PMs kicking in
Gotta
there,
get the
Damok?
chowder.
Although I think he's in like New England, isn't he, or something like that? Like, was he Northeast?
Nope, Texas.
Is he Texas? Okay.
I think he's in
I don't-
Texas.
I don't know where he's at anymore.
All the
Yeah.
big ones are moving to Texas.
But
Yeah.
I'm drinking El Padrino aged tequila. I looked up how to pronounce this, and
So you're not hitting the vodka this time.
I'm not doing the vodka this time. Let me say this. Anejo. So it's El Padrino Anejo, Tequila Anejo. So it's an aged tequila. Oh, I like their silver, but I decided to was that last week? Yeah, that was last week. I decided I was going to go buy that bottle of vodka. Still like it, still good. But I decided tequila tonight, so I got tequila shook with ice, and a little bit of lime juice for a little extra flavor. That's how I like my tequila. So I like it a little cold, and I like it with some lime. And
Yeah, sometimes I pop an ice cube in it.
I keep the ice out of it. I just shake it with it to get it cold. But it's very it subdues that burn that you get in the beginning. So it's like non-existent whatsoever, and it finishes with just a nice smooth agave taste. I love this stuff. It's really good. I never thought I really would be into tequila. Not a fan of Patron. With one exception, they have like a coffee liqueur version. That's pretty good. I had that last night with aged tequila, a little bit of caramel syrup used for coffee, and some milk.
Don't think you ever had tequila with coffee liqueur though. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's the Patron XO Cafe, I believe, is what it's called. It's very sweet, but it's got a really like nice thick. I want to say it's not coffee. I want to say it's more like espresso taste to it. It's got a very bold taste to it.
That's coffee.
Yeah,
Espresso
it's
is
just
coffee.
strong coffee.
Well, no, espresso is stronger in taste than just regular coffee.
So you're going on style of coffee being espresso.
Yes.
Espresso, not espresso. There's no X, you assholes.
No, there's a C.
All right.
I
I do that all the
literally-
time.
I literally
I-
have coffee cups that are 100% Colombian espresso. They do a full cup of coffee, so boy does it fucking get you awake.
That's what I usually do. Like, if I go somewhere that actually sells good coffee and they do espresso and cappuccinos and shit like that, I'll get a large espresso. And when they hand me, like, a small cup, I'm like, no, a large. I said a large. So they bring me out, like, the, 18-ounce cup of espresso.
Oh yeah, for most people that's heart attack in a cup.
Is that like
Most
a
people
Venti or
can't
is it a
have
Grande
it.
at Starbucks? Which one's the largest one? At
Hold on, a
Starbucks?
venti? What?
It's a
So
large
it's what?
coffee.
It's grande,
Is it Venti is the longest one?
venti, and then it's Trenta. They literally, because it's
What's
the
a
number of
Trenta?
ounces. 30 ounces. You can get that in like cold brews and iced coffees.
Yeah, the
okay.
32-ounce Trenta.
I
So-
see. I'm the
Trent-
asshole that goes to Starbucks and says small, medium, and large.
Yeah,
Can I
I'm
get
that guy. I'm that guy. I
Yeah,
go,
it's-
hey, I want a large. I want your largest.
I want a Trenta espresso.
Oh God. oh, so you want a funeral? Do we want to add the costs of that to your order, sir?
I mean, come on. I used to drink like 2 or 3 cans of that Spike energy drink. That had like 350 milligrams of caffeine in it per can.
Jesus Christ!
and I'll
you
drink
guys
2
are
or 3 monsters in a sitting.
That stuff was like eating like or drinking liquid Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, you guys really didn't get on that wild tiger or that boom boom taka boom kick when you're down range and you can ingest some energy drinks that'll stop your heart real fast and you just pound them down, baby.
Oh, thank you.
All
I'm already
right,
on
so
amphetamines, I don't need more shit.
so Blue, your tequila?
Yeah, the El Pergino, gosh darn it, Añejo tequila Añejo. So aged tequila, good stuff. Recommend it. Forget the price point on it. It's not a very expensive one. Let's see here. We'll load up good old Total Wine. That's where I go to get like a lot of my stuff. Because
We don't have that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is just beer and wine.
But for the 750 milliliter bottle, you can get that right now for about $30. Normally goes for 32. It's pretty good. I'd say that's mid range. I mean, I'm sure Jose Cuervo's cheaper than that, but it's
Oh God,
good for-
Cuervo. Oh,
Yeah, it tastes good, and it's not going to kill the bank, if you ask me, and that's what I like about it.
To be fair,
Oh god.
To be fair.
To be fair,
Jose Cuervo has a really top shelf bottle of tequila. However, they probably have one of the most bottom shelf bottles of tequila that you can get as well.
I wouldn't know about tequila. The only one I've ever had was Patron.
see, I
What?
don't mind
You've
Patron.
never had Casamigos with me? I drink Casamigos all the time.
No,
Casamigos is the best.
it's always been Patron with me.
Yeah, I like Patron, not like overall, but yeah.
Well, I'm not
I
a big
may have a better one though than Casamigos, and it's one I just got to try a couple weekends ago. I posted the link to their site. It's called El Tequiliano. Tequiliano. I'm
If it's not
mispronouncing it.
Scorpion Mescaline Tequila, is garbage.
Okay, well, I'm probably a little biased to it because I'm not even kidding. Like, what my babysitter when I was like 4 years old, she just married the son of the owner of this company, and like sent my family a bottle because apparently she and my mom still keep in touch, and sent her like even like the middle of the pack one, which in the States costs like $100 plus if you can find it. And I've never had a smoother tequila. Like, I love Casamigos, it's smooth, but it's not smooth like this is.
No, I'm not a big tequila drinker, so Patron is just kind of like that higher end, I think.
Yeah.
On the shelf, but it's not. So That's usually
You
the
get
one I
the-
go to.
Yeah, you get the Patron, the orange box Patron. I don't know what makes it special, but it's the orange box. And it's a good tequila because it has a nice little bite to it without being overdone. But
Yeah.
that's if you like bitey tequilas. If you don't like bitey tequilas, go Casamigos. Casamigos is super, super fucking smooth. I've never had the shit Vintage is talking about because obviously I'm just hearing about it now. Casamigos, really smooth. If you really like a bit of a bite, kind of like if you're a bourbon drinker and you like that little bite at the end, absolutely. Patron orange box.
Like a smooth rye is the way I would probably describe it. Something that's
Oh,
got
like
a lot
rye.
of flavor, but then has a little bit of a bite towards the end.
Oh, see, I want smooth all the way around. So
Then you'd probably
it
like
has to
the
be
El
full shave and
Tequiliano.
no landing pad or anything. Full shave, nice
Yep.
and smooth.
yeah,
Gotta
nice and
wax
smooth.
that shit. Nothing left over. Yeah, Damok, let's coordinate a time. I'll bring it down. We can try some.
I gotta figure out life first, man.
Same here.
Well, let's go ahead and move into our state of games. State of games is where we talk about what we've been playing for the past week, or we're gonna pontificate about what we think the state of gaming is right now. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to you, Damok. What is your state of games?
Factorio 1.0 released, so I've been playing Factorio a little bit here and there, and that's a really great game. It's all about automation, and I can't say more praise to the game, honestly. I truly enjoy it, but I like games where I start from nothing and build up fully automated things. I've also been sadly sucked back into Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I bought the Season 5 Battle Pass, and I've been trying to max out a couple of the weapons. I've yet to play Warzone, not even like one match of Warzone. I've just been arguing with Co a little bit on the best guns as I've been running around and, fucking stomping matches with the AN-94 and the Grau and the Kilo, was I think like 141 or whatever it is, and yeah, just having a good time, screwing around, playing a lot of games here and there. Nothing serious.
Very nice. And my fiance decided she's going to start printing with her Wi-Fi printer, so that's probably what you hear in the background. So let's go ahead and move quickly into Co. What is your state of games?
Well, I guess the number one would be Black Desert Online. Always running in the background if I'm playing it or not. Then it would be number two would be Call of Duty Warzone. And yeah, we've had disagreements, but I'm gonna say Damok doesn't know his guns.
I know what modding it works for me, and if I'm pulling 50 plus kills in a match and everybody else is only getting 20, I feel pretty good. Although I do, in fair fucked upness, because, fuck Modern Warfare, because it's all fucked up. I've probably killed myself more times than I would like to think in the very beginning of playing games, and I'm probably ranked with the newbies. And I'm just I'm plowing through these bitches like they're nothing. But yeah, you're probably right, dude.
Yeah, I was about to say, you got skill-based matchmaking playing right up your alley right now, don't you there, Damok?
There's no skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty. This is 2020. They don't have any of that content in this
2020.
game.
It doesn't exist.
Exactly.
All I know is Damok sucked while he was learning the game, and now that he's got the hang of it, he just is miraculously dominating.
Yeah, what happened to the days where COD had private servers, and then you had tournaments that were 5v5 or 6v6 against other teams? I miss that stuff.
Yeah, send me 1,600 Microsoft points. I'll give you 10th prestige level 70.
What?
Yeah,
yeah.
Everything switched over to Counter-Strike, and
Yep.
Oh, Counter-Strike always existed when COD had the Cal scene and TWL. So I mean, it was there.
But it was technically there. But after the third game, they were like, "Really, we're just going to release a product every year because we don't give a fuck. Let's asset flip like bitches," and they lost everything.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why I was praying to God for one of the first times in my entire life when that rumor came out a couple years ago that they were going to a 2-year development cycle with
They weren't gonna do that.
If they had actually done it, I would be nutting constantly
They
over a
wouldn't do
glorious, fully completed game that's expected to have a 2-year life cycle.
They make $1 billion every year from recycling that crap. They're not going to sit there and do a 2-year cycle. It's crazy.
I know. I just wish they'd make a better game.
No, they just dumb it down. Now it's just like a clusterfuck of just.
We added skill-based matchmaking because we want the new people to be around the new people.
What skill? You're running around with C4s 24/7.
And claymores.
Let alone
And
they
double-barrel
have
shotguns.
they have a level system for your aim assist.
What?
Wait, I want to hear this
In your
one.
settings, there's like different levels for your aim assist.
Okay, yeah. So let me talk about the aim assist. So you all, I don't know, haven't played or have played Warzone since May, but May they changed the settings for precision and focusing fire aim assist. And if you don't notice, but if people who use the controller change to that setting, you turn into a literal aimbot, and you cannot have your reticles broken. It will track you and it will kill you. I think most of the time, regardless of distance.
Are you required to enable crossplay for Warzone still? If I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, you can't log into Warzone without having that on.
Ooh.
So
No.
let me finish it.
Consoles can opt out.
Hold on, that's what I was gonna say. If you're a console player, you can opt out, but PC players have to play with the aimbots. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Activision has certified aimbots. That's what the console players have turned into.
Okay, that's almost as bad as Nikita's comment, the lead Escape from Tarkov developer guy. His comments this week on hackers or last week I think it was next level. I don't know if you guys want to get into that at all. Oh, he said that hackers are actually an incredibly huge revenue source for a game. If you do a ban wave of 20,000, they're just going to buy the game again. So that's another $200,000 rough of revenue that you're going to have be brought in. So we don't want to make it impossible for hackers to be in the game, but we don't want to make it too easy at the same time.
I wouldn't put it past individual developers within the company designing their own hacks so they can make a secondary income off these games sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With a couple like sandbox games, there were developers that were people that were on the development team making the mods to cheat at the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to like RuneScape. There was a mod in RuneScape that was stealing people's accounts and then reselling them to people who would buy them.
EVE Online is for Bob. EVE Online
Can
is for
I
Bob.
talk about EVE Online?
EVE Online by CCP
EVE
is for
Online
Bob.
is the most shallow experience I've ever played in an MMO. It is the most shallow. I would play a free-to-play game over going back to EVE now. It is boring.
Agreed.
It is the most boring experience. After, 20 years now? Has it been 20 years since EVE released?
Something like that.
Probably, dude. It's got to be close to 20 years.
Like early 2000s? Yeah. It hasn't changed. Like, okay, you have the new UI and everything looks different, but it still plays like it did back when I first launched the game in like 2006 or 7, whatever.
See, and that's the weird part, right? Because I was Goon, and I still am Goon if I ever go back to the game, and I will for always be Goon. I had a lot of fun in EVE Online for years. I had more fun fucking around with my friends in the game than I did actually playing the game. I had more fun on the forums. I had more fun in fucking TeamSpeak bullshitting with people than I did actually playing the game.
But you could bullshit in an actual game that actually was fun rather than playing AFK Simulator a lot of times, I'm going to just say.
Oh, it absolutely is an AFK Simulator, but the people that play it and the caliber of people I was talking to while playing it, I really enjoyed talking to them and bullshitting with them. They were my group of friends at the time while I was playing, and it was a very unique experience because everybody knows that the game sucks. Right? Fucking EVE is terrible. It absolutely is. But if you can find a good core group of friends that play everybody can have a really good time.
You know what really sucks, though, is that the community itself has killed any way for them to even expand upon the game. Any changes they think about making, the community hates. So
now, see, I disagree with that. They started that little council thingy, then they dissolved it, then they restarted it, then they dissolved it, and I think it's back again. And they continue to make massive changes to the game. People don't like what they're doing with the game, but
so they
still do it.
They did that PvE rating thing, and everyone hates it. Everyone hated it.
See, I don't know about the PvE rating thing anymore. The biggest thing I saw was that people are pissed off about the mobile.
Oh, I haven't even seen the mobile game. I'm not going to pay. I mean, the game's already pay to win as it is. I'm not going to say pay to win, but it's pay to progress.
The mobile does look pretty cool, though. From what I was seeing is the quote-unquote pay-to-win aspect still requires some pretty heavy dedication to understand a lot of the controls and to effectively use the ships.
You don't need to understand anything in Eve. No, it's a spreadsheet, and you just look at a loadout that people have recommended for 10 plus years, and you slap that into your fittings, and then you're good to go.
No, I understand. I'm specifically referring to the mobile version of the game. Apparently, the control scheme is really difficult to get used to because apparently it's absolute fucking menu overload from what I've seen.
Oh, that's Eve.
Exactly. But it's one thing if you're playing on a 27 plus inch monitor, maybe you've got an ultra wide where you can have all these different menus open at the same time and not have it conflict with your ability to play the game. Try doing that on a 6.5 inch display if you're lucky.
Wait, you don't play with Nox Player or BlueStacks?
Yeah, dude, I've got BlueStacks installed. You guys could see in my Discord. I was playing it earlier. Shit.
Yeah, Damok, your face froze on the most perfect face. Front and center, head tilt, grin on your face like, how dare you?
All right, let's move on to Vintage. What's your state of games?
My state of games has been still playing some Magic the Gathering, enjoying that as much as I can. I started playing Astroneer again this week, which has been a ton of fun. Started a new world with a buddy since the automation update came out, which has been pretty fun. Earlier today, I tried the Marvel Avengers beta on Steam, which is free right now. It's surprisingly fun. The little introductory where you get to meet all the Avengers and play through as them a little bit is just a cinematic joy to play through. And then it gets really interesting and in-depth, like a full-blown RPG, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around. So that's probably how I'm going to be spending some of my time moving forward, is getting the hang of that.
So, how are you liking the Astroneer? I saw the big update, I reinstalled the game, I jumped into it for about 20 minutes and went, oh god, I gotta grind everything from scratch again, I don't want to do this, and jumped out.
I'm really liking it. I'll tell you point blank, if I didn't have someone to play with, I probably would not have started playing it again. 2 people doing a bunch of the stuff is definitely so much easier. I mean, you're effectively either able to split up the duties or both getting twice as many resources, which really helps speed things up. I mean, we're at a point now, we've probably put 8 hours in, where we only have been to 2 other planets, and we're actually pretty self-sustaining at this point. And the automation is a big help, and the best part is they did actually add any of the automated things whenever they're on, because they can be toggled on or off. They do have a constant power draw to your grid, which does balance things out a little bit. It makes you definitely be a little more unique in your power layouts and how you want to handle it. Like, most of what we've done is automated smelter, automated centrifuge, automated chemistry station, like those sort of things. Really fun when you get right. But most of it has still come down to we're still learning, like, most of the basic stuff, I guess you'd say. Like, we always understood how to create things, but this was our first time together. Actually, we made it to the center of the planet, first planet so far, activated the gateway engine, hooked it all up, and now our next goal is to do that for the other 2 planets that we have access to right now, that we have little bases on, because you can literally teleport to them once you get everything set up correctly. So, I mean, we're really enjoying it. If you want to jump in and be part of a third.
No, man, I'm good. I don't have time for Astroneer. I remember when I think Ko was talking about it. We picked it up when it came into early access. Ko, you're shaking your head like, no, you haven't played Astroneer? I swear you have.
No, it wasn't that I talked about to you all about it. You got me to buy it, and then I flew around for like 5 minutes, and then I got launched or rocketed into space and died.
No, different game, dude. Different game. That was that fucked
No.
up weird game where I fell to the floor and ended up like 6 universes away. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
That happened in
That sounds like No Man's Sky. There are still some ridiculous bugs, though, in Astroneer. We have shot our rover through the center of the Earth and popped out on the other side before. But they're fun bugs.
I mean, I haven't played the game since it hit early access. I tried to play it when the new patch came out, and I just, like I said, I got about 10 minutes into it and went, fuck, dude, I'm out.
It's definitely a time draw, and like I said, I wouldn't have continued to play it post 10 plus minutes if it wasn't for having someone else to play with that's on consistently, because that really does take the stress out of it. And you can sit there, all right, well, I'm going to fix our power problems. Cool, I'm going to go get more materials. Great, so half the time is wasted now. That could have been.
All right. Zyber, what's your state of games?
Dude, Zyber doesn't play games.
Yeah,
he doesn't play games
I
at
don't
all.
play games. I haven't played a game in like 17 months.
What are you talking about? You tried inviting me to Warzone the other
I know. I'm kidding.
What? No way!
Well, I played some COD with Damok. I played some Fall Guy with Damok. Let's see. I've played some Watch Dogs. I've played some Kingmaker.
I got a little drunk when we were playing the Fall Guy, and I forgot I got that game.
Dude, it's fine. You bought it for Cecil and I appreciate it. It's going to be some G.N.A. fun down the road.
Man. Hell yeah. We got to get everybody playing fucking Fall Guy, dude, because I remember drinking.
No. Because as soon as we start doing that, then everyone's going to stop playing the fucking game. We're not doing this again. We've learned our lesson, hopefully.
All right. But yeah, I've been trying to do dailies and such for Pokemon Go. I've actually did more gaming this week than the past 3 weeks, considering some stuff going on in my life right now. But outside of that, I am actually pissed off at that Marvel game because they have a partnership with Intel. And in this partnership, Intel is allowed to do a fancy packaging, but buying their CPU, you do not get the game. You get a fancy package.
What do you mean fancy
promoting
packaging?
The game, but you don't get the game. What kind of fucking partnership is that? That's fucked
weird.
Up.
Especially considering their AMD-specific settings for this game, which just makes it even more confusing now.
Yeah.
I'm lost!
When have CPU brands ever packaged a video game with their game? It's usually GPU that...
CPUs do it. CPUs do it sometimes.
Really? Because it's usually the GPU market that's always the one that pairs it with
GPU, 8 months to 9 months out of the year have like a free game bundle if you buy a certain level or up in their category. I think CPUs do it maybe twice a year for like 30, 40 days at a time.
Now,
it's very rare.
I do see the World of Tanks, I think, occasionally, which is the one that may go with the CPU, but World of Tanks is already free to play as it is.
Yeah, it's free to play.
What am I getting out of this?
I think if I remember correctly, you get free doubloons.
You're doing a fucking partnership with someone. You think you'd want to get your product out there outside of like, a flashy package.
But you see, this is Intel. They don't really care about the competition. They're going to make the money regardless of how much AMD's winning.
Hold on. Is it possible that it's not being packaged yet? Because the game's only in beta right now.
Yeah,
you
that
can pre-purchase,
right?
But you can't get the game yet.
In the news that I've been looking at, there's no mention of them outside of just a partnership of release of the game, yet they have a fancy, flashy package promoting the game. Blue?
I remember back in the 90s, Intel package with the Packer Bell, Echo the Dolphin, Sonic the Hedgehog, Pod. What was the other one? Damn it, I can't think of it. There's another game you got out of that. But yeah, you got those games for getting the computer. I think it was Intel. I don't think it was Packer Bell that gave that away. I think it was specifically Intel. So,
Yeah, I just
they're
don't
slipping, man.
I can't find any evidence of Intel ever packaging again, but quick Google searches since we started talking, not super in depth. I'm not finding anything. The only thing that I am truly finding is that AMD had partnered with Microsoft at one point in time and started offering 3 months of Microsoft Game Pass with their new processors.
That was a really good fucking deal. That's better than any 3 games you could want to get right now.
Yeah, so like
That's not really that true because you can get 3 months of Microsoft Game Pass for free anyways. But I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
cool, but
You can get 6 months of Microsoft Game Pass for free, Damok.
yeah, so I think I rest my case.
You
with
can
the-
get
Best value in
Game
gaming.
Pass Ultimate for like $7.99 or whatever, or $10.99 rather,
Mm-hmm.
and
So that
have
actually
a
brings
ton
up-
of games available to you.
That actually brings up an interesting conversation. What is your guys' take on the monthly game services? Whether it's EA, now they've rebranded it to Pro and Pro
But
Plus
hold
or
on,
whatever.
hold
here,
on.
man. You're jumping the
Yeah,
gun, buddy.
You're jumping the gun because we have to ask BlueShark what he's been playing.
Fair enough. I will hold that comment.
Video games? Oh shit! I gave myself away earlier. All right, yeah, I actually did play. I got to let's see. I played probably about an hour, just kind of dicking around in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Played with the AI.
Hold on. One thing. Did you see that they're adding Sam Fisher to Rainbow Six?
It's
did.
a shitty Sam Fisher.
I didn't like the reveal. They didn't have Ironside's voice, and I mean, I'm not a big Rainbow Six Siege player, so really, no.
I know, but I know how you like
No,
the
big
Splinter
deal
Cell
for me.
games.
I love him too. I'm tired of seeing him pop up in that in a mobile game and as an appearance in
I mean, let's be
Ghost
brutally honest.
Recon. I want to see him in his own standalone game again. That's
Well,
what I want.
Let's be brutally honest. Rainbow Six Siege is not a Rainbow Six game.
Agreed.
No,
It's a
yeah.
multiplayer Rainbow Six experience. That's the
I
best
mean,
way I would
disagree.
describe it.
No,
It uses
It's-
the tactics and the in the
No.
beginning, but now I feel like it's like what do you call it? It's an Overwatch with guns.
that's not even correct either. It's literally like CS:GO, but you can shoot through walls.
I'd say it's
a
more like an
Twitch
attack and defend
shooter
game.
man. It's just a Twitch shooter game. It's a rubber bandy Twitch shooter game. It is exactly like Counter-Strike. It is exactly like what the fuck's the new one that starts with a V. Everybody's running
Valorant.
To.
Oh, Valorant.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like Valorant. It's a Twitch shooter game. There's I'll show you the YouTuber. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he does that one that's like Space Marine, where he talks about the Space Marine game that I post in Discord every like 6 months because I love that guy. Well, at least I love that video. But he does a lot of Rainbow Six shit, and he talks about it. He's like, it's all twitchy shooting, no skill involved really. Once you learn where the hitboxes are, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it doesn't have that. It doesn't have that old like Rainbow Six experience. Like it's usually you're going into some sort of area, a large area with multiple buildings, and you're the older games were like co-op. Like you had a team of 4 players or 5 players who would go in and they would rescue the hostage, or whatnot, or defuse a bomb. And this is it's search and destroy. It's Call of Duty search and destroy. It's CS:GO search and destroy, but each character has special abilities like Overwatch.
yes.
Have you guys played like, I mean, we're talking way back mid-90s, the Police Quest games. They were like Police Quest SWAT.
Yes.
And they had,
SWAT. Yep.
Yes.
but I mean, like,
yeah.
way back where it had those weird full motion videos and then it would jump you into the scenario.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's right, because that's actually where Tom Clancy, the game franchise, got their idea for that kind of drop-in, drop-out Rainbow Six style that was in the first game or two.
Yes, because you had to, like, go to the overview and plan out where your team was going and where you were going to go and go from there, and they did really well. And then the first Rainbow Six Siege game, or Rainbow Six game, I guess, was it was by Red Storm Entertainment. I know because my computer couldn't play it, but my dad's laptop that he got from work could play it, so he rubbed it in my fucking face that he could play the game and I couldn't, and he was a big Tom Clancy fan, so he set it up, and it was, yes, like Ko was talking about. It didn't really have co-op at the time because, you know, we're talking mid-90s here, right? But you would tell your team exactly where to go, and then you had the ability to either lead in front of your team or take a back route or stay behind your team because you had already pre-programmed them kind of where to go. But before all of that, there was the Police Quest games, and oh man, then they made the SWAT franchise, and that was just so much fun. I do actually miss those games, but Rainbow Six Siege is not a Rainbow Six game. Agree with Ko 100%.
My favorite, though, Rainbow Six by far, which will always be the pinnacle of Rainbow Six, is Vegas 2. That's where they hit every nail on the head, in my opinion, of allowing it to be full tactical. You had full command of your other two guys. And the best part is if you ever played co-op, you still got your two guys you could command, which made it so much more interesting. You and a buddy could stack up on an opposite door to the room, and it would make things so much fun. Yet it still embraced what I think it would mean today, even, to have a tactical shooter of you have your choice of first person if you're breaching the room, or third person, which I loved whenever you were behind cover.
Yeah, and then originally when they were talking about this, when did Siege come out? Do we know? Anyone know?
Like 2015, 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 5 or 6 now. 5 or 6 years.
So 2013 or 14, I think it was. It might have been 2012. They did a teaser for an upcoming Rainbow Six
Patriots
game. Yeah, Patriots, and that game looked really cool in the concept of what they were going for. Now, they never showed in-game footage. It was always just like a cutscene stuff. But what they were the groundwork that they were laying with that game was an interesting Rainbow Six game. And I was disappointed when they came out with Siege. And I was just like, yeah, that just ruins this for me. But let me finish up real quick. So, played that, Wildlands, and then I got back into Monster Hunter World. Played that for a couple nights to try to actually finish that game that I've had in my backlog for a while. And that's about it. But what were you about to say about Rainbow Six, Ko?
Oh, I was going to say, you know what's a closer Rainbow Six game than Rainbow Six Siege is? America's Army.
America's Army. Not heard of
Oh boy, does that even still fucking exist?
It does.
It does.
I remember that game. Cecil got me onto it. Isn't that the one where they use like the pre-recruiting tactics in it?
Yep, it's an official licensed Army game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we used it for we didn't use the exact game, but we used modified versions of the game in training, dude. Like, they put us in those little mock Humvees and all of that with the little M4s that have the little laser sights at the end of it, and we played with where we're running around in fucking full kit and shooting at video screens and having fun. But yeah, dude, I remember the first America's Army that came out. They gave that to everyone. They distributed that shit to high schools like crazy.
It was the first like free-to-play shooter ever. It was great.
Damok, did they ever give you the M16 that's got oh, what do you call it? It's just got like an airline in it, a compressor line in it, and they have sensors. And the magazine releases a little bit so you can unload and reload. And you have a screen in front of you. It's like a simulated training.
Yeah, that's the stupid America's Army thing. They incorporated it with that dumbass thing. Or we had to do weapons qual with the virtual weapons. And you're like, you're laying there and it looks like it's a downrange target. And you're like, okay. Bah, miss. Bullshit, I fucking missed it. A video game. Yeah, no, I did all of that bullshit, man. I think I did that in basic a little bit because they were still testing the system. And then I did it when I was actually in the Army a few times, but no one ever took it seriously.
Yeah. They had like a training day. And, sorry, not a training day. It was called Week of Welcome for the Freshmen when I started college. And so we went over to the ROTC building and we got to do that. And then I got to rappel off of a 4-story building. And I had to tie my own harness. Like we didn't use webbing harnesses. Like they literally all right. He gave me rope and he says, all right, do what I do, and like literally like tied the thing myself. And I'm like looking at the guy and I'm like, are we sure this is gonna work? And he's like, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, and they tell you when you're doing it like, hey, if you're a dude, grab your balls real quick because you do not want to get punched by that rope because you're literally just tying a rope around your shit.
Oh yeah, god damn, that hurt. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Zyber?
The only Call of Duty, or not Call of Duty, but Rainbow Six that I extensively played was the first one that was dropped on the Dreamcast. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, that's the only one that I've ever played, like extensively.
First one I played, I think, was on the N64 or PS1 or PS2, one of those two, or 3.
Rogue Spear, I think, is on the N64.
Rogue Spear is also on PC, I thought, as well.
Yeah.
The first Rainbow Six I played was on my dad's work laptop because that son of a bitch rubbed it in my face that his computer could play with it. And all I remember was his computer was laggy as fuck with it, but at least it ran. It fucking ran, dude. And it just had that red storm, and I think their thing is a hurricane or tornado or some shit like that.
It's a tornado.
Yeah. Oh man, it's been so long since I've seen a red storm logo. I will always remember that though from the late 90s, like that. Only because my dad was being a jackass and like, I can play, but you can't, haha. But I could play the Blade Runner games, and he couldn't, and he loved Blade Runner.
The thing that I miss, speaking of loading ups, is like when I do a game and it would go through a stage of load ups, like my Voodoo, it'll load up a screen overlay of that, and Sound Blaster, it'd load like that screen, and then it'd actually load the game and all of its shit.
I still remember when I begged my dad for Christmas, and I think maybe it was like 2005, 2006. I was like, I want Rainbow Six Vegas, the original, but I want it on PC. I don't want it on like these consoles I have. I want it on PC. And at the time, I had some shitty like Windows 98 or 2000 updated desktop. I didn't even have XP at the time. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited for this. It wouldn't even install. And for like 2 years, it sat in my dad's office. It was like the deluxe collector's edition that was like a double thick box. It had like art in it. It had one of, if you guys remember those old covers that were on like the deluxe versions of games that had that double piece of like Velcro where you could open up and get a full double look at all the stuff the game had to offer before you even slid out the disc that came in the box with it. And it sat in my dad's office for 2 years until we upgraded the family computer, and then I wasn't even allowed to play it because it took too much space up on the hard drive.
Sorry, I got distracted. I was looking at Sam Fisher's gameplay for Rainbow Six Siege.
Nah, you're good. So, since we're talking about older games and we got into a little bit of Rainbow Six and we're talking about mid-ish 90s, does anybody remember the name of that old-ass Mario game? I can't find it now when I'm looking for it. There's an old-ass Nintendo Mario Brothers game that was on PC, and we played the fuck out of it. It had to have been mid-90s, maybe late-ish 90s, but I'm thinking mid-90s.
There's only one Mario computer game that I will ever remember from the 90s, and that's Mario Teaches Typing.
Yeah, that's the only one I remember.
Yeah, other than that, I didn't.
It was this crazy adventure one, and I'm trying to fucking remember it.
Super Mario RPG?
I'd have to look at it. I don't know. So Super Mario RPG, let me look it up. No, it wasn't that one. It was a really it was like a whack job version of Mario, but it was actually like official, and it looked cool.
Or is this the learning one where they go around the world in like different time periods and they teach you about history?
That might actually be it. I'm not sure, but that kind of sounds more familiar, man.
That might be it. I don't remember the name of it, but I do know there is that learning one like that.
Mario is missing?
No, it's Hotel Mario. It was a puzzle game almost, wasn't it? Is that the one you're thinking of?
So I'm looking up Mario is Missing on PC from 1992. And I'm going to watch a gameplay. Yeah, it looks like it is. There you go. It is Mario is Missing. Holy shit.
I didn't realize that didn't only release on Super NES.
Yeah, it was literally the worst Mario game ever, and it came to PC. And we got screwed so hard when that game came to PC. Mario Typing was leagues better than Mario is Missing.
I just remember Mario is Missing, and I don't remember enjoying the game, but I remember it was Mario on PC, and yeah, dude, but I'm looking at it now
janky
going,
as fuck.
It's bad, dude, and it wasn't even Windows. We're talking 1992 DOS.
Yeah, that game was so fucking janky.
Yeah.
Did you guys know Mario had an Excite Bike edition?
Oh, they made a sequel.
It came out in 95 initially, and it was literally Excite Bike, except the main character was Mario, and all of the AI racers were replaced with Mario characters. And it was technically a re-release originally on a system, the Satellaview? You guys ever heard of that? I gotta look this up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. We just started talking about fucking Rainbow Six.
It was a Super Famicom.
I played the first ones in the early '90s, and yeah, now I'm thinking about man, what about all those games I played in the mid '90s that were, wow, they were cool as shit at the time. Earlier today, did you guys ever play Wolfenstein Enemy Territory?
Yes.
The first free to play fucking shooter. Yeah, so. My wonderful claim to fame here is, and I mean only if you were in the clan scene at the time, I played with Negative Zero. I was in Negative Zero. We were the #1 fucking clan to beat, and it was amazing. We topped all the charts. We had a lot of fun. Never made any money or anything, but we were fucking badasses, and we rolled, and I forget that girl's name. Dude,
BK Knights here.
EB or something. But yeah, she was not so great to my neighbor. I think he was running with the name Xism at the time. We all broke up and the clan fell apart, and then she rebuilt it and they got, back to the top and everything. But man, looking back at all the shitty games that I played in the mid 90s going, man, this shit was fucking awesome. And I tried to look back at it today and was like, Oh God, dude! I thought the graphics were amazing at the time. They're pretty awful now.
Yeah, and hanging out in QRC chat to fucking organize.
Oh man, it was IRC all the time, and we specifically used MIRC because we did all that custom scripting for MIRC, so we could change the logo and change what the channel names were and all that stupid shit. And we got into like, oh, we can get into scripting and write all the socket code, and we didn't do anything with it except for pretend that we were super elite, and then, yeah. Oh God.
Dude, back in that time when I would use my stepbrother's computer to play those games, he was in this clan called BK Knights, which the BK stood for Bitch Killer. That was the clan that we were in for Quake, the 246, 244, or even the 4-4 Wolfenstein and Counter-Strike. Fucking memes,
See,
man.
Counter-Strike, yeah, dude. Counter-Strike, I bounced around a lot. I've played a shit ton of Counter-Strike in my life. Dude, like way back in the very early betas of it. I did not like when they did the night vision. I didn't like when the fucking suppressor was detachable from the M4. Because it took away the scope, and I was like, and I mean, the scope, it was just a slight zoom. It didn't even, go to a scope. Like, I've played a lot of old-ass games, and damn, dude, can we just get a game that takes some fucking skill? Please? Please, let's go back to skill-based games? Pretty please?
Dude, weird game, now that we're talking about old stuff. Battle Tanks. Global Assault.
Ha! I've played that!
That was such a weird plot game. Like, your son's been taken. There's like a virus that's killed everyone, and they had all these weird tanks, nuclear bombs.
I love that game.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
A weird but fun one that I actually am considering playing. The most recent rendition of it is Total Annihilation.
Man, fuck, I missed Total Annihilation. That was a really good RTS game to play.
Absolutely.
Fucking destroyed my computer when you started getting way too many units, but damn, that was fun.
I used the mod that dropped for it to up my army, and I broke my computer. Absolutely broke my computer trying to render in 1 million fucking heavy units.
See, I think this is where we're showing our age here, Zyber, because I see Co and Vengeance kind of going, I don't even know what the fuck Total Annihilation is. These guys are kind of weird.
I know what Total Annihilation is. I was just scratching my head.
Yeah, I didn't really get into. I realized that I really didn't get into gaming as heavily until like '99 and onward. Like, some of the games, like, oh, I remember this game, and I look it up, like 1999. I'm like, guess I didn't get into those.
Wow,
See,
I graduated.
Really into. Yeah, fuck, dude. I graduated in 2001, man. Like, holy shit. Right? Like, I was like, oh, shit.
Well, technically, I graduated a year before my actual graduation, but they wouldn't let me go to the ceremony until 99 because I was still doing my graphic and visual. So I held off on my graduation so that I could finish my VOTEC.
Well, there you go. Technically, I quote-unquote graduated in 2000, but the way the school system worked, I had to go back for like, I had gotten out of school and I was done with school and I had an approved fucking diploma, but the official graduation ceremony for my class was in 2001, so I had to fly back from Virginia to California and officially walk and graduate.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Can't wait.
Yes.
Jack Black.
Dude, that's being remade. You guys are tracking the remake, right? I'm really
Jack
excited
Black,
for
dude.
that.
He's going to be in it.
I don't give a fuck about Jack Black, honestly.
What?
Like, I like Jack Black, but I want a remade Tony Hawk all the way through with the original soundtrack. And from what I've seen, it's the original soundtrack. It looks really good, and I'm excited for the stupid shit. But as far as Jack Black goes, I mean, cool. I like Jack Black, but was he part of the original? I'm not tracking.
No, he was not part of the original.
He's just going to be a little add-in. I think he's doing some of the music for it, and he's going to be like a security guard in it.
Yeah, he's the music guy for that game.
I thought they got the licensing for all the original tracks. Did they not? Maybe I missed something.
I really don't know. Maybe they're just bringing them in just to add something new to it.
As long as it's better than, Tony Hawk Zero, where he got the deck, and the deck didn't work anytime he tried to use it.
Yeah, I never did get into that one.
All I
just
know,
like the original.
All I know is that if Jack Black is being the artist who's going to be doing all the audio, that means we're going to get a new Tenacious D album coming out with it.
Yep, you're probably not wrong. The only question is the Jack Black in the game the full bearded desperation quarantine Jack Black, or the freshly shaven Jack Black?
No,
it doesn't matter.
I like both.
Yeah.
It's the hot ones, Jack Black.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's move into something a little more recent. And this is... I like this because of what they did for the teaser. And I know there's not a lot on this, but Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So this gives me hope that they're actually going to have like a campaign.
Stop!
Nope.
Dear fucking God, stop already.
Nope.
It's the yearly release of Call of Duty. It's the new Call of Duty Black Ops game. Guess what? Get fucked. You know what they did? They reused assets. They changed the weapon skins, but kept the shooting the same. You're not getting anything new. Where are they making their money? Oh, they're making their money through... Come on now, say it. Say it with me. Ready? Say it with me. Warzone. Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone. Now, and this will be legitimately a straight on what you were hoping for, a first person and a single player experience, and nothing more. They might add some zombies, they might add some new guns, but don't expect a decent multiplayer experience while they currently have fucking milking the Warzone experience.
So
do not give two shits.
And there's no
about
gameplay.
All I want is like a decent. I love story. I could give.
I too
about
want a decent campaign.
Yeah, and the fact that they use Yuri Bezmenov, his video, which by the way, if you have not seen that YouTube video about Yuri Bezmenov, he talks about he warns the United States about communism and about how they like infiltrated and all this other crap. So that aspect was really cool. So they have a chance to make a good story, and I could give two shits about the multiplayer. I don't care, really don't. No, not one bit.
So
not one bit. Go ahead, Co.
When it comes to the multiplayer, Cold War will be the next release of the new map for Warzone. I think Warzone will be the continuation for the free-to-play version from here on out. Every new release of Call of Duty will have a new map for Warzone. I think is what their plans are.
All right.
I just want to say that at the end of the day, we all look to Treyarch for a better storyline than Infinity Ward. Post like Modern Warfare 2, I've always preferred Treyarch storylines. Oh yeah, are you kidding me? Treyarch World at War? World at War has in my opinion, the best storyline. Who made Finest Hour?
Okay,
I have it too. I have it on PS2, no fucking less. Who makes it?
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about how Treyarch isn't the same Treyarch it was back in World at War. And you walked away, so you're not listening.
Right, he just ran
I'm
away.
listening.
He's like, it's fucking Treyarch. And we're like, no, dude, Treyarch's fucking dead. They're gone. They got gutted. Get fucked, dude. It's like Blizzard.
Wait.
Talk
Aren't
about
they
Blizzard
the
now.
ones
They're
that-
gutted. They're fucked. Get rid of them.
Didn't they do what's that game called? Dead Space? Or who did that one?
Not true.
Visceral?
Sledgehammer. That's it. Sledgehammer. I think.
No, dude. Okay, so what you're gonna get with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War? It's gonna have the cool trailer. Every single Call of Duty game has had a badass trailer. You get all like hyped up for it. And you're like, yeah. And guess what? The single player campaign is over in like 2.5 hours, and all you're doing is laying in bed with your fucking dick in your hand, like, damn, dude, I didn't even finish yet. The fuck? This is terrible. It's really like, yes, I understand they remade the first Modern Warfare and they did the single player campaign, and that's a shit ton of fun. It's also about 4 hours of fucking fun and then you're done. But wow, dude, the Black Ops games, wasn't it? Let me see. I gotta think here for a second. Didn't the last Black Ops game not come with any single player at all whatsoever because they completely and utterly said that single player is fucking dead?
It wasn't
so
that
what they're gonna
Treyarch?
do? And it was Treyarch, I believe.
Yep.
Right? So here we go. No single player at all whatsoever. What they're going to do with Cold War is they're going to give you a 2.5 hour to 3 hour fucking single player. But as Ko said, they're going to start including those maps, and they're going to start including, hey, if you own Black Ops, blah, 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 Cold War, then you'll get access to these exclusive guns, and then you can get exclusive access to this perk and that perk and all of that. They're not going to make a good single-player game. Call of Duty has not made a good single-player game in the longest fucking time. The best thing that Call of Duty has fucking done single-player-wise was remake the original Modern Warfare.
True. I mean, if they don't come out with it as like a campaign, then screw it. I mean, I won't get it. I'm not gonna buy it for multiplayer. I liked World of War. I liked Modern Warfare. I got into it in Modern Warfare 2 and was hyped about Modern Warfare 3 when it came out. But man, I don't need more shooting games, more multiplayer games like that. So I'm good.
You keep showing the old games vintage, and we're not arguing that they didn't make the good old ones, but the Treyarch nowadays is not the same Treyarch you're going to get that you want. Like, you're not going to get the World at War Treyarch team, which I love. To me, World at War was the best, was the last good Call of Duty game. Go ahead.
Yeah, Treyarch is the most like still together studio out of every one that has made Call of Duty.
No,
yes, they are.
They're the longest. They're the longest running studio, other than Infinity Ward. But they're not. They're not the same. They're not the same team. You're not getting the same story.
They're not entirely the same team, but they're the most like. There are still people that are part of Treyarch now working on the next game that were there back in Big Red 1.
But you're not.
You
getting
can't
those
say that
storylines anymore. That's the issue. You're arguing a point it's fact. You're not getting those storylines anymore. You're not getting the same World at War anymore. You're not getting those storylines. It's unfortunately what it is.
And so who's actually making? Because I'm looking at right now. Who's making Black Ops Cold War?
Treyarch.
It's not Treyarch. Nope.
It is Treyarch.
Wrong. Nope. Wrong. It's under Treyarch's name. Who's making it? Raven Software is the co-developer / lead developer of the new Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and they're slapping Treyarch's name on it.
That's not fair.
Yeah,
almost
Treyarch
every game in the last 4 years from Call of Duty has had Raven Software assisting.
Hold on, Vintage. Treyarch is busy with the Tony Hawk remaster game, not the next Call of Duty Black Ops game. They've pawned it off to Raven Software, and it's the very first time that they have done it according to everything that I am looking at right now.
Time to eat some crow.
Raven Software has literally been working on the last 4 or 5 Call of Duties. You gotta admit that. This is the first time, though, that they are being actually listed as a co-developer because Activision finally agrees they've do quality enough work, not just to handle the ports or
so
the
Treyarch,
multiplayer patching.
Treyarch is responsible for World at War in 2008, and they did fantastic with it. Then they're also responsible for the massive failures of Black Ops, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, which didn't even have didn't have a single player at all whatsoever, because they completely fucked that up. And now here we go in 2020, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, to be determined, co-developed / lead developed by Raven Software. Raven Software was founded in 1990 and all of that, and I could go into what their shit is, but they were absorbed into Activision by 1997.
Do you know why Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign?
Yes, because Activision was fucking stupid.
No.
And thought that multiplayer was dead.
No,
is that really the point
that's
right
not
now?
it at all. That
But
wasn't
that's not
the reason
point,
whatsoever.
Though, Vintage. That's not the point that was being
That's part
made.
of my point, though, is out of all of the last decade of Call of Duties, the Treyarch campaigns have been my favorite by a mile.
But we're not arguing that. We're not disagreeing with that. We're talking about today. The modern games released by Treyarch are not the best story-driven games.
I'm specifically referring within the Call of Duty franchise, though. And I thought that's the argument we were all making.
Hold on, I got you. Because right here, when discussing why the game won't have a campaign mode, Treyarch Studio co-head Dan Bunting revealed that a quote-unquote campaign mode was never planned for Black Ops 4, and they wanted to try something different and make a game that would be playable with friends across the board.
That was the official statement. You had a lot of developers coming out saying we actually did make a campaign mode, but they were supposed to be on that was the first time they were going to be doing a 3-year development cycle where it's the first year Infinity War.
This sounds like a lot of
Treyarch,
backpedaling.
then Sledgehammer.
No, dude, no. It's always been a 3-year development since I was back in the fucking army. You're talking 2009, dude. So
no, Treyarch got forced to
Yeah.
move their game up 1 year from what they were expecting to release. I do remember this clear as day.
Nope.
And they decided to scrap campaign.
Hey, man, I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but flat out, you need to actually do some research. It's always been a 3-year cycle between 3 companies.
Yep.
No, I understand, but they pushed Treyarch up a year, so they cut the campaign, but they said officially the reason was because they'd rather deliver a better multiplayer experience, and that's actually correct, because at the end of the day, where does the majority of Call of Duty revenue come from?
Okay, so hold on. When did Black Ops 3 come out? 2015. When did the next Treyarch game come out?
2018.
Black Ops 4, 2018. So you tell me, how did Black Ops 4, miss a single player campaign in there and all of that? So 2015 was Black Ops 3, that was by Treyarch. 2018 was Black Ops 4. 2020 with Cold War. Tell me how they're not on a 3-year cycle? Pretty please, keep explaining that to me.
No, I remember it had to do with they were primarily focused on a port of an older game at the time. And
they're not
then
listed
they were told
on a port of the older game at all. They're listed
they
in
handed it off
order.
to Raven Software. I remember this explicitly.
No, Raven Software is only showing any ties with Treyarch with the new fucking Cold War.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Treyarch was actually working on a port before the release of Black Ops 4.
No, they're showing up on 4.
No, I know that.
Developers.
I know that.
Treyarch, Raven, and Phoenix.
Yes. Treyarch was working on a port. I believe it was to a Wii system at that point. It was an Infinity Ward Call of Duty that they were tasked with porting to the Wii, if I remember correctly. And it got passed off to Raven Software.
No, Raven Software is an internal company, right, for Activision. In 2012, Raven began hiring employees for the game to help out Infinity Ward on Call of Duty Ghosts. And then they moved from there to the Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, then the Jedi Academy, and then they've worked on Call of Duty Online. They worked on Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. They worked on Modern Warfare Remastered. And then the only time that they've stepped in past Warzone, or even really, they worked on the original Modern Warfare, is Black Ops Cold War. They have not touched any other game in the Call of Duty franchise.
with that said, I mean, it just comes down to official statements. Everything else is just hearsay. So with that,
correct, and that was a hard part,
right?
The canceling of single player mode because Treyarch and Activision, regardless of how much you like Treyarch, and I understand, dude. Like, I'm telling you now, I'm a Valve fanboy. Whatever Valve puts out as a video game, I'm gonna buy it up and I'm gonna defend them to the end. Valve fucking sucks. Valve is a piece of shit for the most part. I know that true to my fucking heart, but I will never fucking, like, if we're talking about video games, hey, fuck you, Valve is number one. But Treyarch, I mean, they followed the path, man. They did what Activision told them to do. They also believed that single player and all of that was dead. But that's not to say that they were the only company that thought it was dead. EA made bets that the single player was dead. Several major companies were putting out that the single player was dead for quite a while. If you're looking at the early, I want to say late 20s, right? Like late 2000s. Okay, we're talking 2008 to 2013-ish. Then you were looking at all of these developers saying that, you know, single player is dead. We need to push forward with multiplayer, and everyone was pushing forward with multiplayer.
Right,
everyone. There's no argument there.
With, like, on console, how some of the console games, they had that blip of multiplayer, but over time that multiplayer got bigger and the content for single player got smaller.
Oh, look at Sony stepping all over their fucking dicks when they tried to say that, hey, people don't fucking sit together in their goddamn houses. And then the Nintendo Switch comes out and goes, yeah, you can have 40 people play. You just need 6 Nintendo Switches. And guess what? 40 people jumped in with their 6 Nintendo Switches and fucking played a bunch of games and had a great goddamn time. Everybody said that, you know, shit, there are 3 Nintendo Switches in my house currently because, you know, God actually bought his own house and that's working out. But look at the whole, oh man, multiplayer is the way to go, single player is dead. And then and Sony and Microsoft kind of jumped on the bandwagon saying, hey, you know, people don't play together in their living rooms, and Nintendo went, fuck you, yes they do, watch this. And here we go.
Yeah, and what system can you not really find anymore?
You know, you can still have a really good story experience with multiple people. They just don't do it. Like, if they implemented a story mode with multiplayer into like the game like Skyrim, it'd be a fun game still. You'd have to do some like difficulty changes and loot changes, but it would still be a good experience. They just don't.
Isn't that TSU Online?
Oh no, we're not going to talk about the Elder Scrolls Online. That's not Elder Scrolls.
Nah, it really isn't. But I thought it was funny.
All right, so let's get down to this last topic, and then we'll wrap up the show. So we talked earlier about this. We were gonna dive into it before I finished State of Games, but Vintage, why don't you kick this off with the multi-game monthly subscriptions? Would you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I had a question for the group because I think it would pose a very interesting conversation. Services like EA offers, it was Insider originally, and then Origin Access on PC, and now it's Pro Play, whatever. You have Xbox Game Pass and stuff like that. When you look at that and you see, $10, $12, $20 a month to get effectively their entire collection of games, but then you also see you can prepay for like $79, $100. Do you guys find value in that at all? I've been very interested about this.
Thank fucking God Cecil's not here. Oh my God, dude.
So I'm going to say straight up no. So when you're talking about their platforms, it's not like the Steam platform. I actually had this discussion with, was it you, Vintage, earlier today? Yeah, it was you earlier today. So the platforms, you know, when you talk about Origin or whatnot, they're not like Steam. They're not like Epic Games.
No. I think we're talking about subscription services. Right. Origin's their launcher. Their subscription service is Access.
But it's access to their games on their launchers. So it's all first party titles that I don't really care about too much because I've played them in the past. and it really doesn't add anything other than kind of a nostalgia value to go back and play those old games that I really don't care for. So I couldn't really justify the purchase there. If Steam or Epic Games did that, on the other hand, oh man, would I be down for that? 100%.
No, fuck no, they can't do that because Steam nor Epic really own any fucking, like, yes, Steam has, Valve owns a bunch of games and Epic owns a bunch of games, but dude, they couldn't do that.
I'm not talking about just their first party games. I'm talking about having a monthly subscription fee to play any games on the Steam store.
Oh, dude, get fucked. Steam would get my money. Epic would turn around. As much as I hate Epic, I'd have to throw money at them because, if I could get unlimited access to libraries, get fucked.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I don't think these first-party platforms offer enough of an experience for me to be willing to pay for it. And honestly, it's going to be me forgetting about it, and then they're going to be charging me 2-3 extra months of some service I'm not using.
Now, I want to disagree with you on that aspect for a little teeny bit. I really, really enjoy the Microsoft Game Pass. Microsoft Game Pass giving me access to that and allowing me to play the games on Windows 10 has been fucking fantastic. But the other Game Passes out there, I will agree that they are not worth my time and or value, and I have not subscribed to them. But I continue to subscribe to the Xbox Game Pass because I do get to play the Xbox games on Windows 10, and I do enjoy that.
Another thing that I like about the Xbox Pass is they're working on their streaming beta. So if you have a device that, has internet connection, you can stream the games that you have access to from your tablet or phone. So there's that. Kind of like, what is it? The GeForce Now or Stadia or whatever it is.
So there's Stadia and there's GeForce Now, and I've canceled my Stadia subscription. I'm sorry. Google, take a fucking lesson from Nvidia and fix your shit legitimately. The GeForce Now, man, I mean, it's $7 a month, and I don't even miss the money. I really like the GeForce Now experience.
Yeah.
So, EA Access, I give it it's got some merit to it because of EA's.
You mean EA's soulless fucking company that buys up all the independent companies so that it can rack everything under its own goddamn label, then run the games into the ground, and everybody tries to buy them until they realize that EA actually has a handle of them and no one wants to play the games anymore, EA?
Let's not talk about Visceral Games and Dead Space 4. So they're the way they do their business, and I can't think of a damn phrase right now. With NHL, football, basketball, FIFA.
So
esports games, like, that's useful because for $4.99 a month, I could play that game. And
no, hold on a second. You're saying that I'd have to pay $4.99 a month, and I could play the game, quote unquote, for that one low subscription price, or I can pay the $60 up front and play it for the next 3 fucking years because that's how long their leagues are lasting in all of their esports games across the board. And I'm not somebody who plays the esports league, but I have plenty of friends that do, and they are still playing. Well, what was the last game to come out for college football? That bitch was 5 years ago, and they're still playing that one game, and it still costs $60. Even used, it's $60.
So they're not jumping on to the next, like, FIFA 2020. They're They're
Nope,
playing
because they wanted to play the college games and all of that, and whenever the new NFL games come out, they take a look at the NFL games, and yes, some people flock to them, but honestly, people want to end their leagues, and they have these really long leagues with the same group of friends, and then they decide, okay, and then they all switch over, and I was like, that's a really weird thing to me, but again, I play a group of games with you guys, so it's also really weird to them.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, I guess I'm wrong on that, but I feel like with some of my friends, they jump to the next year, the next one, the next year, the next year, the next year, and it's paying $60 for a game that doesn't get enough love. Like, it's not worth it. I've invested $60 into other games that I have played so much that it was worth it. Now, if I bounced around games as much as my buddy Z does, Xbox Game Pass would be a really good idea because of the fact that it's not first-party titles only. Like, they have more to it than just that. They have other games that you can play on the Game Pass. Like, they do have the first-party titles, but they don't just have that exclusively. However, still to this day, I have never invested in it because being at my age, working out, trying to, keep my relationship in good, repair, I don't have the time. I don't have the hours. Like, when I was single, when I was in college, yeah, I had the time. As soon as I hit grad school, I lost gaming time, and it has gone down significantly since then. So, like, paying that much money, yeah, variety, but I'm not a variety kind of guy. I'm a guy who likes to play a game and likes to beat it, who likes to play with friends. So it's not really worth it. Vintage?
I'd say I'm a big Game Pass subscriber. I get Game Pass Ultimate because I have an Xbox One X. I also play the games on PC, so between that, I get more than my money's worth. But what I actually found very interesting is this is the first year I've subscribed to EA's system. And I went all out and I bought it for a year. Why? Because it's $30 for the year. And I figured if I can find even one game that would have cost me $60 to pay for up front, it's already worth it to me. So my one game when I got it, though, was Jedi Fallen Order. That Star Wars game that came out last November, October, November-ish. That's a single-player game that does not have any DLC. I more than have gotten my money's worth out of that, considering if I had bought it flat out, it would have been $60 for me. And now...
Now hold on a second, because I do have a question, because I am actually curious that you've bought the subscription. You got the amount of money. How much are you paying for EA subscription?
$30 a year.
$30 a year, okay. And then what game did you get the most use out of? The Jedi game?
Yeah, I played it for probably 18 hours, beat the hell out of it.
And that's great, as long as you had a lot of fun. I'm not knocking the game, and I'm not knocking anything. I'm trying to figure out what you paid and what you got your enjoyment out of. I pay for the Xbox Game Pass, so I'm sitting here saying I pay for the yearly pass of that, and I think it's worth it. I
paid $13 for my year of Ultimate.
Yeah, right.
And then here's the other thing. Because I noticed it happened to be on there, when Need for Speed Heat came out, I've put probably 35, 40 hours into that, and I still play it. You can't beat that value at that point.
You, good sir, do not play that game.
What?
You, good sir, do not play that game.
Yes, I do.
I have played that game with you, and you have been frustrated.
I'm max. I don't think you understand. I'm max level.
That game.
I'm max level.
You rage quit.
At first, you and I, when we first played it together, I raged a little bit. Now I'm max level. I don't care as much. I got through all the nighttime stuff. I've got Reputation 50. I've got as much money as I need. I can get any car I want. And I still play it because those races are fun. It's fun to play with friends. It's especially even more fun when you go into an open lobby and then you're like, oh yeah, this is like, you only need to be like 285 to do this race. And you see every car in the lobby show up. And then all of a sudden, it's because you've got this maxed out, low quality car that just so happens to hit like 210 on a straight line and actually can win these races. That's the enjoyment I find out of it. But think about that. That's two $60 games that I've played the shit out of.
The Jedi game, I've never seen at $60. Even on
When
launch,
it launched,
I thought
it
it
was
was like
60.
$30.
Oh no,
No,
when it
that
launched,
game
it
was
was
like
60.
almost $70.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Jedi game? Like, which Jedi game were we talking
Fallen
about?
Order.
Because Fallen Order?
The one that
It is
has
the brand
Yeah,
name.
it's the newer one.
Yeah.
It's the one where you.
the one that had the lead character and voice actor is the same one
Execute
from
orders.
Shameless. It's Ian from Shameless.
I don't play EA titles anymore. I don't think there's
I mean,
any
right now it's
individual
$30
studio.
almost a year later.
There's no like individual publisher outside of like maybe Epic if they gave me access to their entire library, or even Valve if they gave me access to the entire storefront as a monthly access. Would I actually spend money on a subscription title? There's
You really should look at the Xbox One. And also, I'm seeing Fallen Order upon release of November 15, 2019. If you would have bought off Amazon, it's always been $40. That an exclusive deal on it. But yes, I understand
Still
where
40.
most of the places... It's still 40. I got you. But, I really think that you should look into the Xbox Game Pass and you getting a lot of the Microsoft games.
Why? Well, first, sorry,
that one I actually have found value in. I have not found value in the other ones, but I'm not I don't like Star Wars games.
But the thing
I like
though
the original
is,
movies and hate the rest.
you have to buy your gold live membership, and then with the extra like $13, you get Ultimate. Otherwise, you pay full price for the Game Pass.
I don't play Xbox in Xbox Live. I mean, I played the Microsoft Game Pass when we were doing Sea of Thieves, right? And
that's the same thing now. It's
right.
all the same thing.
Right,
Yep.
but I'm
Yep,
still
yep.
not using it, and I'm not buying games that from these developers. Like they don't interest me. Like I'm gonna be brutally honest with y'all. They're very basic and shallow games with a 4-hour story mode that I'll be finished within no time at all, or even quicker, because I always end up finding a shorter path for some stupid reason. And then I'm out, whether it be $5, $10, or a full price at $60, I'm still going to be done with the game and moving on to something else. I play MMOs because they have a longer experience to them.
Now, when you say that and you're playing these games, you're literally getting access to a massive amount of games with Xbox. So,
But I don't have an interest to play them. That's the issue. Is that I don't have any interest in playing most of these games, and that's why I don't really feel the value of it. If it's going to give me access to survival games or MMOs or something like that, then I would see I could do that. But they're not, and they're not going to hold my interest. So I don't spend money on these subscription services. I mean, the only other game I purchased in the entire year so far has been Fall Guys. That's the only game.
Oh shit! We got a fucking fourth. We got
Yes,
a fourth.
we do. For myself, on the memberships, when I have Game Pass, from Game Pass, I got Gears 5, Carry On, Wargroove, Vambrance, let's see, Bloodstained, Ori, and the newest one. That's Will of the Wisp, I believe.
Yeah, dude, really good game, but fuck, man, those games are
Yeah, they
tearjerkers.
are. So, like, those games alone make it well worth it to me. Instead of paying full price for all those games, I only spent $13 for, like, my year membership.
Yeah, that's the hard part, because the Ori and the Blind Forest and the Ori Will o' the Wisp and all that, like, those games alone is going to cost you, I do believe that they're like $30 starting, so it's $60 for both of them, but paying $13 for the year and getting access to a bunch of really good minor games. Now, I'm not saying you're paying $13 a month. I can understand where that gets a little rough, but $13 for the year, that's not so bad with the Microsoft Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
It really fucking isn't.
But I'm not
They're really
paying
good,
any
too.
money a year when I'm playing Black Desert.
That's true.
Yeah, but you playing Black Desert is a whole different story because you're not playing Black Desert. I guarantee that Black Desert is currently running in the background of your computer right this fucking second, and you are not actually playing.
Well, that's mainly because we're in the middle of a podcast. I can't play it.
Also, I can't play Black Desert anymore because I'm at a point where it's like I gotta buy shit to continue on. I'm not getting anything that I need to progress. And I'm not going to spend money.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at. If you don't have the inventory space or the pets, yeah, I could see that. But you can do life skilling and get the items.
Right. That's the thing. I'm not finding any more expansion packs for my inventory. And my inventory's full. I have to delete stuff that I might potentially need. And if I'm in the middle of somewhere and I find a better piece of armor.
Yep. Well, there should be one set of armor that you use, or there's two sets of armor. I'm not going to go into full depth about it, but I would definitely say utilize storage. There's 9 towns you can use, or cities you can utilize storage with. That can definitely bolster your capacity. It means a lot of running around, but you can definitely do it without spending money.
All right, off to Blue.
All right. Let's wrap this up, folks. We're getting a little long in the tooth. You got a quick point, Vintage?
All I was gonna say is I also have Fall Guys, so please keep that in mind.
Okay. All right, so, Zyber, why don't you tell the lovely folks where they can find you, my good sir?
Well, you can find me standing right behind BlueShark when he has that, little brother shirt on and sexy voice going. Other than that, you can find me on my Twitter, my Facebook, Instagram, also the G.N.A. Discord, Facebook, and Twitter. We also have our Skybot, doing some Instagram stuff. Yeah, he apparently got sick of just being on Twitter and is now on Instagram as well. Making fun of us flush bags.
G.N.A. podcast is on Twitter? Where the fuck did you guys get on Twitter?
We've been on Twitter for
No, I'm giving you a hard time. I don't follow any of the G.N.A. stuff. Oh my god, don't tell Cecil.
Alright, and Vintage, where can they find you?
Usually I would say don't find me, but these days I'm trying to grow a Twitch channel, which has been going fairly well, so twitch.tv/vintagedc. You can always find me posting offensive memes and having Cecil temporarily ban me and remove said meme from the lounge at the G.N.A. podcast Discord. So yeah, if you guys want to check me out, those are the two places. Get in early because those memes are spicy.
Very nice. And Co, where can they find you?
You can find me exclusively on the G.N.A. podcast Discord.
Thank you for your loyalty, Co. And Damok, where can they find you?
I do believe that my Discord rank in the G.N.A. podcast is Ultimate Shit Talker, and I'm above the crew because I talk so goddamn much. You can exclusively find me on the podcast in the Discord and all of that. And yeah, dude, Ultimate Shit Talker, you'll see me. If anybody can talk better shit than me, get your ass in the Discord. Let's fucking go, man, because I can ramble for goddamn days. I may not be coherent, but I can ramble.
Awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, I am your extremely tired host, BlueShark45, who is doing his best to keep his eyes open right now. And you can find me in my bed.
Yeah, Blue, where can we find you?
That's awkward. Don't find me in my bed.
That's shit! Weird. That was the invitation. Everybody, pile in his bed.
Yeah, dude. I believe that you missed the Massa Nuttin' Trit, so I'm gonna have to jump in your bed as soon as I see you.
And you can also find me purchasing pepper spray and tasers out. Excuse me. You can find me on Twitter at BlueShark45. You can find me in our G.N.A Discord. You can also find me in a few other various Discords, such as the Enable Sisters, 3-player co-op. And you can also find me on Parler at BlueShark45, occasionally tweeting. Ladies and gentlemen, my eyes are a little bit fuzzy and faded, but I think there's something about a website.
Nighty-night and good night, sweet dreams, little BlueShark.com or GNApodcast.com.
Thanks for the translation, Damok. Not all of us speak your language.
Thank you all for joining us on this show, and thank you all for listening. You all have a lovely evening. Good night.
Absolutely,
Good
brother.
night, Blue.
Fuck, I gotta pee, man. I was back.
Make sure you get it between the legs.